Final Fusion! Go! Gai! Go! Wait. Oh, this is supposed to be the Vanguard version. There you are, Daiyusha. Alright, what's up guys? Andrew here for the last part of the pre-Legion series, and today I'll round things off with the Daiyusha deck, which will be receiving a Legion. That Legion's with Great Daiyusha. Yeah, ignore the opening part if you will. But yeah, this whole deck actually is a whole tribute to Galgaigar and its legacy. So if I make any obscene references, just do me a favor, just go with it. Alright, so this deck is going to be the Crossride build instead of the Daikaiser build, because Daikaiser gets its own deck in the form of its own Crossride, Great Daikaiser. So I decided to focus on Daiyusha's Crossride. Alright, let's get to it with the grade zeros. So, like with any other deck I played, I always played the Great Researcher. Normally, if this was the Daikaiser build, I would be playing the Goyusha, so I could Superior Ride, but for now, since this deck doesn't use any Counterblast at all, Great Researcher isn't bad, and also I want to get the Crossride off as early as possible. Alright, next up on the triggers is 5 draws, which means 7 crit and 4 heals. That's my standard trigger lineup for any Crossride deck, just so you can have, when you have the extra defense and the Crossride bonus, you're able to guard it easier with the extra draw triggers. And also for this deck, you know, you're going to want that extra hand size, because it's always nice. Especially when you're doing a lot of stuff with this guy right here, Go Cannon. Go Cannon says whenever he's on the field, you can activate his ability, shove him and another Dimensional Robo, aka Daiyusha, into Soul to allow your Vanguard to get a crit. So that means even if you miss the Crossride with Daiyusha, you can just wait till later till you get the base and then shove it in later. Which is always nice to have options. Alright, following him comes up with 4 perfect guards as per normal. Your Galleons, or as they're called here, Die Tigers. These are the 10k attackers, so they're always nice to have. Followed by 3 Die Braves, which is kind of redundant because, you know, it translates to Daiyusha, but never mind. So, Die Brave is when it's in Soul, you can Soul Blast him out to give your Vanguard the following effect. If it hits, you get to Counterblast 1 and draw a card, which is always nice for the extra hand. And following that is 2 Commander Laurels, which is pretty much standard in any Dimensional Police deck, no matter what it is, because Laurel just generates so much free hand advantage and pressure later on. Alright, so then that's the grade 1s, followed up by the grade 2s. Grade 2s, you know, 4 Stealth Gal, aka Die Dragon. He's gonna be your 12k attacker, and it's actually nice that he came foil, as opposed to using the rares. 3 Die Barretts. Die Barrett is when you have him on the rear guard, you can Counterblast 1, shove him to Soul, your Vanguard gets plus 4,000, and if your Vanguard hits, you get to destroy a card in your opponent's field. Which, you know, it's good because you get to actually have some some destruction power. And if you somehow are stuck on regular Daiyusha, you can use him turn 3 to give your Vanguard a crit, in combination with Daiyusha's ability. So it's always nice to have extra pressure early. You got 2 Die Fighters, which will be your 10k Vanillas, your optimal grade 2 ride. And last but not least, 2 Operator Girl Mikas. Mika is actually in the deck because, if you'll notice, the deck doesn't use any Counterblast at all. So whenever a deck tends to have no Counterblast usage, I always resort to using the Counterblast 2 draw 1 on hit clones. Because it's always nice to have. You never know when they're going to go off and you always get the free cards. Alright, so for the grade 3s, we have 3 regular Daiyushas, 3 Great Daiyushas, and 2 reverse Daiyushas. I think this lineup works pretty well, because you can have Great Daiyusha early, and if you're at Limit Break, your opponent will pretty much never take your Vanguard hit without dying. And then when they go to 5, eventually, you can just push for game with Reverse Daiyusha by locking 2 units. So it's pretty, pretty good how you can just go from crit pressure early to subtracting 10k from your opponent's Vanguard later on. Alright, and with this, that's the end of my pre-Legion series, and at the time of this recording, Legion is going to start popping up in New York, so we'll see how that impacts our meta, and I'll definitely do more Legion deck profiles when the cards come out. Thanks for watching, see you later.